What's up, guys? Alex here from the Table Monkeys, and today I'm gonna bring you another recap of training. And it's been a while since I put one out. Last one I did was when I was 7 weeks out. Now I'm 3 weeks out, so definitely didn't stick to my promise of putting out one video each week, going over my entire training week. But training has been pretty much the same, like the same workout, same structure, everything. Just trying to obviously progress either in reps or load each week. So nothing really changed. I have been training. I did film everything. I just didn't have the time to put it into an actual video. So I figured I'd just catch you guys up to speed on to where I'm at right now, which is 3 weeks out. And this past weekend, I actually competed in a little tournament about an hour from me. There wasn't any practices going on in my neighborhood, so I figured I'd go compete in this tournament and kind of use it as a little bit of a warm-up practice tournament for Arm Melter, which is now less than 3 weeks away. It will be on August 6th. So I'll go over all my matches, talk about what happened, and then I'm gonna run through my recovery day, which I would love to do the day after either practice pulling or tournament, but I didn't get it done until Monday, yesterday. So yeah, I'd rather do it on the day after while the joints are feeling the most fatigued and get the blood flowing through there right away. But a day later it still works, still better than nothing. Still definitely recommend getting a recovery day in either the day after or the day before. So without further ado, let's get into the tournament that I had on the past Saturday. Here we go. Okay, so this tournament was hosted by Magda, who lives up in Angus near Barrie, Ontario. Small little town, but she hosts tournaments pretty often. So this is actually a very small tournament. There was only 4 people in my class, and 2 of them had already competed in the class below. There was only 2 people going to be in my class, so these 2 guys joined up to make it a bit more competitive, a bit more fun. Anyway, you see me get kind of rocked there by Dave Hall in the first round. I was sleeping, thought I could just hold on, like just grip and just hold him in center. And yeah, he ripped me to the side and it really woke me up. So here I am against Luke Millette. You see he false started there and I just ripped him to the side, which was a good little confidence boost for me, because I knew that as soon as the ready go would happen, I could just take him. Quick posting top roll, took control of the hand and went straight to the side. Pretty easy pin there, but he had already competed, so he'd already competed in the weight class before, so I'm not taking that as a serious win anyway. But Brandon was fresh, and our left hands are not that close. I was able to control the hand pretty easily and then go to the side. So here I am back. Now we're in the finals already. Obviously only 4 people in the class. Back against Dave Hall now. I'm taking him much more seriously. I wasn't holding any side pressure in my first match against him, so that's what I really changed here. False started pretty hard there, and it was a good hit. I took everything I wanted, and that gave me the confidence confidence in knowing that I could beat him once the ready go did happen. So I'm fighting for everything I can here, making sure that I have a solid depth, my knuckles are nice and high, and I have control of the center of the table. And I can feel from the setup that I have what I need. Again, took hand control pretty comfortably and then went straight to the side. So that's what's one win. Now I have to beat him one more to take the victory. So this is for first place in the left hand 105 class. He false started a bit there. And then we get the ready go here in a second, and I'll let this play out. Got Crazy George reffing. Yeah, and even easier than the first time. So yeah, very fast. Pin, He wasn't quite ready for that. He is very strong, probably stronger than me, but my speed is what he can't deal with. So moving on to right hand. So I took the first place in 105 kg. Quite happy with that, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't too much competition. But good practice anyway. So, and then onto the right hand. Now my right hand is very different from my left. Obviously, if you've been watching my videos for some time, you know that I press mostly on my right, top roll mostly on my left. So here I go for a press against Dave Hall, and in mid-match, the down ref Jenny here is saying that my shoulder went over center, but she didn't stop the match. She just kind of tapped on her shoulder and told me that my shoulder was forward. So I was confused. I stopped pulling, and then obviously Dave continued pulling and ripped me to the side, took my hand. Luckily, nothing hurt. I didn't feel anything from that, so I was still good to go. But yeah, I wasn't quite firing on all cylinders just yet. Kind of sleeping again, like my left hand. Get the ready go again here, and I don't know what happened there, but I completely lost my hand. And again, I got called for shoulder over center, even though Dave's elbow was fucking miles off the elbow pad, but they didn't see that. So anyway, lost the first round, just like the left arm. Going up against Josh Rodriguez here from the London club. He's got a really strong hand, strong high hook. I tried to post with him, and his hand was just too much, so I had to bail and slip. Get the strap. It's a bit different in the strap, and now I go for my press, and yeah, different story, straight to the pad. So pretty comfortable win there. Pretty sure I did blur the lines on the ready go. Maybe I went a bit too early, but either way, didn't get called, so I'm happy with it. Now up against Brandon again. He's also from the London Arm Wrestling Club. And his static side pressure was a ton. I really wanted to press him outside the strap because I was like, in the strap, that pressure is going to be even worse. That I don't think I can handle that. But I couldn't get the position I wanted. He was pushing to the side so hard. I was arguing with the ref. Jenny was getting pretty pissed off with me arguing for what I want. Yeah, I'm gonna fight for everything I want. I don't care if the ref's not happy with it. Anyway, I decided I would try to get out of that hand because it was just too much. I couldn't handle all that pressure. I figured maybe I would have a better chance in the strap. So straps applied. I'm gonna skip through this a little bit. We fight a ton in the setup here, and this is actually to my advantage. They should have gone to ref script, but they decided not to. Jenny isn't the best ref. I'll say that for sure. So yeah, we fight a ton in the setup. It takes a long time for us to get that ready to go, and in that time Brandon wastes a lot of energy. I'm good with that. My endurance is pretty good, but I think it definitely cost him this match. He burns a ton of energy here, and then when the ready go finally happens, he doesn't have nearly as much pressure in the center, and I'm able to blast him right to the side with my press. So on to the finals, going into the rematch with Dave Hall again. Now this is exactly how our last tournament went. He beat me in the first round, and then I met him back in the finals to beat him twice in a row. So can I do that again is the question. No surprise about what I'm gonna do and what he's gonna do. He's gonna try and top roll, take my hand, and I'm gonna try and press him. Now he's been really unsure about how to fight against my press because he can't set the hook very well. He's much more of a top roller off the go. If we did get into a hook, like if we slow started into a hook, he would crush me. He's a lot stronger than me. But if you shoot into a hook sometimes off a ready go, you end up in this shitty defensive hook with your bicep exposed, and that's perfect for me. Easy press.
There's one more.
That didn't happen right there. He tried to top roll again. I just fucking nailed it. I had obviously got a couple practice presses in from the two opponents before, so I was feeling primed and ready. So this is for the win. Yeah, and same thing, only harder. That one actually hurt him a little bit. So yeah, let's just pause here for a second. Yeah, took the win here. Right hands. 105 kg class. So I got the win in both classes, left and right. Pretty happy with that. Dave Hall is a tough competitor, and I'm pretty happy now to beat him 2 tournaments in a row. Things are looking good going into arm melter. One thing to note is that I'm now experiencing no elbow pain while I'm pressing, which is something that I've been dealing with for over a year now. Which is why I only bring the press out 4 tournaments. I can't really practice with it too much, because I have to go super fast. I have to get the pin within a second. If I get stuck into a hook press match with anybody strong enough to pull me to the side a little bit or pull me back, I can't take that elbow pain. But luckily today, so even in tournaments when I bring out the press, there is some elbow pain, but it's manageable if I can get the victory pretty quick. And obviously I'm going for the win, so I kind of have to put my body on the line a little bit. I know it's my best move, and it's the only way I can beat some opponents like Dave. I would have no chance top rolling or hooking against him, so I have to press. But anyway, with all the rehab stuff I've been doing lately, I've been getting a lot better with my shoulder health and my elbow health, and that's led to me not having any elbow pain while I was pressing or even hooking in the after pulling. So that's awesome. Things are looking up. Now on to my rehab day. So like I said before, obviously would love to get this done the day after pulling, but it didn't happen, so this was on the day later. So my philosophy with recovery days is, I don't really feel like it's important to work the same muscle groups that I've already worked while I was arm wrestling. So I don't do 50 reps of pronation, wrist curls, and riser work to get blood flowing through those joints. Instead, I get blood flowing through those joints by doing the antagonist movements. So I do face pulls to start, right? That's obviously going to work my external rotation, and it's going to get my upper back firing. So external rotation is antagonist, which antagonist just means opposite to internal rotation, which is obviously what you do a ton of in arm wrestling. But I'm still getting blood flowing through my elbow and my shoulder. It's just not going through those same connections, which are going to be a lot more sore. And then JM pressing, getting blood flowing through my elbow without doing elbow flexion, bicep curls, or hammer curls. It feels a lot better on my elbows. And I'm still getting the blood flowing through the elbows to help that joint through. And then onto wrist extensions. So you can see I'm kind of working my way down the arm. Started with the shoulder, then the elbow, now the wrist. So obviously the wrist extensions are antagonist to wrist flexion, any cupping exercise. Still getting obviously blood flowing through the wrist, which is going to help my tendons recover on both sides. But making sure that I stay balanced between the two sides. I don't want to get too strong in wrist flexion in relation to my wrist extension. So it's very important to train both sides. And then I go into a bit of isolation work for external rotation. So there's no upper back involvement here. This is pure external rotation of the shoulder, pure rotator cuff work. And very important to work this. Make sure that your shoulders are healthy and strong. Stretching is okay if you do it minimally. Obviously, you don't want to be hypermobile as an arm wrestler. It's much better for you to get stronger in the opposite ranges versus stretching. So I wouldn't stretch your internal rotators. Better to strengthen your external rotators like I'm doing here. So this one you kind of have to show your crotch to the gym while you're doing this exercise, but it feels really good. Great isolation exercise, and try to progress this in that 8 to 15 rep range. Here I was with 12.5 pound dumbbell, so nothing crazy, but it's a tough exercise to get strong at. So any progress I make in that is welcome. And then finally I did some more tricep extensions. Here I am going underhand. I find the underhand tricep extension really great for my elbows. It's a lot weaker and tends to like highlight whether or not my elbows are feeling healthy, more so than traditional tricep extension. This one is you're gonna find that you're a lot weaker in this movement versus any other type of tricep extension. So here I was only doing like 18 pounds for 20 to 30 reps. With these recovery days, for most of the exercises, I'm doing a lot of reps to get a lot of blood flow in. Obviously, I went kind of heavier with the external rotation because that's not something that's going to flare up or cause any pain. So I'd rather just try to progress load in that like 8 to 12 rep range. For that exercise, everything else is kind of higher rep, meant for blood flow. Everything here was like 3 sets each, pretty quick, get done in 30-40 minutes, and that's it. That's the recovery day. Nothing too crazy, nothing too strenuous. And then obviously on to my heavy days, my heavy strength training days for the next 3 days, which I showed in my last recap. So yeah, that's the video. Less than 3 weeks out now from arm melter. I'll give it a little update closer to maybe a week out. Feeling good though, no pain, feeling speedy, ready to fucking fire on all cylinders and crush arm melter. I'm fully expecting to place top 5, top 3, but I will be gunning for that first place in the 100K G class without a doubt. So if you like the video, please like the video, leave some feedback in the comments, share, subscribe, hit that bell, and monkeys out. Peace.
So what? Hey, what did you do wrong? What did I do wrong?